guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Star Flames and I'm back with another banging video. In this video, we're gonna talk about our girl Kimmy Cake saying, you know what? After all, Kanye was right about having North on TikTok. And she's saying that she realized this, after she was hit with major backlash from the public. Also, at the same time, Kimmy Cakes is saying, that she didn't know who Ice Spice was prior to the TikTok video that they did. If you don't remember, how can you not know? You have to be either living in a rock or, in a cave, but it's okay. So basically, Kim had Ice Spice over. You know that Ice Spice has been trending a lot. And, North, Ice Spice, and North's friend, they did a TikTok, and then North was seen after dressed like Ice Spice. Many people saw that as being repulsive because we know that North is a child, and we know that Ice Spice dresses really sexy, and to many people it was just too much. And also, if you remember, before that, Ye was telling Kim to keep North off TikTok. No child deserves to be on TikTok, being used by, those social media apps that are filled with Pedialytes, read between the line. And when he did that, many people were saying that he was crazy, he needs to be on meds, and he's trying to ruin in his family. But when that Ice Spice TikTok incident took place, social media was on fire in support of Ye, and the hashtag Kanye was right was trending. Many people twisted that hashtag and tried to associate it with something else, but the message, the backlash that Kim got was so powerful that they weren't successful in their motive to make it seem as though people were supporting, just hate against another community. Now, this report is coming out today. We're going to talk about it because honestly, I can see a lot of things going on here with Kimmy Cakes saying this. I truly believe that Kim respecting Ye is one of the last things that she is about to do. I believe that she has several motives under her belt because if Kim is going to say, you know what, Kanye was right. We know that Kim doesn't give Kanye credit. It took Kim 45 seconds to create a post that canceled her husband at the time. They were going through their divorce battle, but she didn't think of her kid's legacy. She didn't think of his mental health. She was so dead on focused on Pete that she was willing to do anything to ruin Ye and her kid's empire. So she did that post in 45 seconds. And after that, we saw her wearing Dolce and Gabbana. Not Dolce, sorry, but Adidas and Balenciaga. After that, Kim Kardashian teamed up with Dolce and Gabbana. Then we see most recently Dolce and Gabbana copying Yeezy designs. When we can argue and say, you know what, the shoe socks as always existed, but Ye's design was definitely different. It was a cut above the rest, and Ye made it obvious that his design was different, right? And many people started teasing him. Also, the jeggings or men leggings or men tights, as many would say, many people laughed at it. And I said to you guys, if you guys remember, I said to you, the top brands are gonna copy these designs. So do not pay attention to the people who are laughing at it because they have their little minions that they use, and some people as well. Everyone's sense of style is different. So for some people, it's just a jeans and a t-shirt. If it's not a jeans and a t-shirt, it's a jeans and a button-up. And if it's something outside of that, then it is just so taboo. It is so weird for them. Not everyone is into, individuality. So I know that some people would have laughed naturally. No motive behind it, no hate. It's just that it doesn't speak to them, and that is okay. But we're seeing where Chanel, yes, it is Chanel that copied the design. Now, with Kim coming out to say that, Kanye was right, I believe that Kim has several motives. We were also saying that Kim would have done something to pull the social media and media attention away from her sister Courtney. I mean, the entire internet predicted this because Kim is so, um, she's such a, let's say, she's such a PR person, right? Because that is who she is. That is what she has always been about. Kim is the queen of come up. Even Jay-Z talk about rap about the Kardashians being come up queens in his song. So Kim is known to be that come up queen. So we know that once things are not working out in her favor, she has that card that she plays, and that card is always guaranteed to work for her. It's not possibly will work, may work, but guaranteed to work, and that's yay. So just imagine you telling the world that, you know what, I'm tired of this man. He's a pain in the butt and I'm with him, but I'm so unhappy, right? And she's saying, I've got to cut ties with him. I've got to move on. I've got to live my best life. She cut ties. She moved on. She rubbed salt in his wounds. She basically weaponized his kids against him. He still came out on top, but irrespective of the fact that she said that she wanted to move on to live her best life, she keeps hanging on to this man for dear life. Like she's fighting and she's doing everything in her powers to win him back. And if she cannot win him back, then her next move is to exploit him as much as she can. So she's not done milking him. She took all the money that she could have gotten from him, all the opportunities that she could have gotten, and all the assets that she could have gotten. And Kim prides herself as an independent woman. She says that she has no idea how gold digging works or who or what is a gold digger. But at the same time, she did dug like hell, because if we're thinking from a logical standpoint, invested quite a few $1 million into that house that Kim is living in. And Kim, she is holding on to that house for dear life. Now, I also understand that she gave him like about $20 million because she was like, I'm not leaving it, even though he was giving her a few other houses, because we know that Ye put his heart, mind, body, blood, sweat, tears into that house because he thought that that would be his family home. Okay, cool. She gave him a few $1 million. I learned that it was 20 because the house is worth a lot more than that, right? Based on the architectural designs and furnishing and all of that. So she paid him for the house. So you can tell that based on everything that Kim has always done, she will still live off this man, because even though she promotes herself to be independent, she doesn't know how to be independent of Ye. And now that Ye is going viral, everyone is talking about him. All the blog sites, YouTube channels. Ye is in Tokyo. Ye is coming with Yeezy. Ye is, teasing a few things. What is going to happen here is that Kim wants to capitalize on this opportunity. If you guys remember, last year I've been telling you that Kim is going to ride the Kanye wave as long as she lives. Even if she remarries, she's gonna ride that Kanye wave as long as she lives, because guess what? It breathes life into her. She just cannot understand how is it that Ye continues to survive and continues to come back and continues to revive, and she cannot help herself but to be obsessed with that. She's definitely obsessed with this man if you're paying attention, because listen, Kim Kardashian most recently was seen dressing exactly like Ye. Exactly. Wearing his jacket, wearing Yeezys. And we know Kim has a Yeezy season. Kim's Yeezy season is whenever Ye is trending. She's like, oh my God, I believe in you. I've always believed in you. I've always believed you could do it. But at the same time, this is a woman who created a post in 45 seconds to cancel her husband at the time, but refused to give this man any justice, right? And she doesn't. All right, so at the time when Ye was being attacked, she could have worn the Yeezys to say, I believe in Kanye. We all fall, we all make mistakes, but he's a good person. And I know that he doesn't promote hate towards any group, community, or whatnot. She could have done that at that point, but heck no. She was so happy to see this man fall. She was there rocking her Balenciaga, rocking her Adidas, because to her, she has triumphed over him. That's what she thought at that point. She's like, okay, he's down and up. Ain't no coming back for you, Mr. Genius. And she's not the only one who did this. We saw Charlemagne the God, like, oh my God, how is it that this man is a genius and lost so much? And this is what philosophers have taught us. Even the most brilliant minds will make mistakes, but not everyone can come back from a fall. If an individual is able to build themselves back up and go back on top, that in itself is genius, because it takes a lot just to get up after a fall. Okay, so when he fell, she was like, celebrating. She's above him, she has more money than him, because she sucked him dry like a damn incubus succubus spirit, like a damn vampire. So she was happy that she has the power over him, irrespective of the fact that Ye was the one who got her through the doors of fashion in Hollywood. Ye was the one who cleaned up her mess and made it, and made her acceptable to many people. She was so happy because she thought that that respect would have lasted, but it didn't, because guess what? She went ahead and she dated Pete. She was treating Pete like a $2.99 whore, and she was behaving like she was 16. And people were like, oh, why did we forget that this has always been the Kim Kardashian that Kanye took up, put on a pedestal, made us all forget her sex tape? And then Ray J came out and exposed her. She lied on Ray J for 10. Just imagine having the nerve to and the strength to lie on someone for a decade. And when Ray J finally stood up, that's when people really saw that, everything was a lie. But many people knew that Kim has always been lying on Ray J, because guess what? The company that released the sex tape, the manager told a few people that Kim forged Ray J's signature. And he had to say, no, 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 we need to get this legitimized. So have Ray J come to us. Let's get a contract going, and then we can release that sex tape. So she has always been manipulating men, using men to her advantage. And it's not okay. People may say, oh, but men use women all the time. It is true. But it is not okay for anyone to use anyone, especially when they're just using them, and not just that, taking their money, taking their integrity, and assassinate their character. That shit is never okay. So here we have Kim, she has this history of manipulating men, acting as though she truly cares about them, because this is what she did to Ray J as well. When Ray J reached out to her after seeing her crying on national TV, lying on him consistently, initially Ray J was like, okay, it's their family business. She's doing it for her family reality TV series. But Ray J thought that Kim would have reached out to him and have some kind of dialogue going, and apologize to him. Ray J wasn't getting that. So after a time, it became truly depressing. And as such, Ray J had to speak out. So Kim is the type of person who will consistently use a black man, to the highest bid. Is Kim talking about Pete people? Heck no, she ain't talking about Pete, because guess what? To her, Pete holds no substance, Pete holds no value, and she realized that her dating Pete has affected her reputation. Not only that, for the little time she tried to play it and make it seem as though Pete was still chasing after her, Pete had a meltdown on the set of Bob Kiss, because guess what? Pete wanted to just get angry and go off on Kim, but he was trying to be a nice guy. And, he reached out to her people, letting her know to stop insinuating that he was still chasing after her. And it stopped right there. But she's not copying Pete. She's not using Pete in any way, because Pete is not, I have to say, a high roller. Pete does really well for himself. And I think that Pete's growth has been very steady. But when you look at someone like Ye, who does multiple things at once, he has multiple streams of income, and he's an artist. Like, Ye has worked, for everything that he has from the ground up, and he ensures that he works to get himself in spaces amongst the fashion industry. He ensures that he gets himself amongst the best of the best, and those people respects his work. In the music, same thing. He gets himself among the best of the best, engineer, you name it. He does that for himself, and he ensures that whenever anyone works with him, if they have any regrets of working with him, is because that individual, standards of or quality of work is not up to par as is. So when you find that people say he's hard to work with, they will say, but when he's done with that project, it's going to be the best thing that you've ever seen or ever heard. So that's what people has to say. So this woman knows that there is longevity in his name. She realizes that she made such a huge fucked up mistake that she cannot come back from it, because now she's practically begging Bianca to get her husband back. Bianca ain't looking at her, because Bianca is like, honey, let me tell you something. You told the world your husband was crazy at the time, but I see a genius. You see garbage, but I see treasure, darling. So Bianca is, in love with her husband, because both of them are in sync. Both of them are artists. They have the same, dreams, aspirations for their art to be known, and to be known through their work, and for their work to live on. They have morals, values. Kim have none, and that's just a reality. I'm not making that up. We all know that Kim has no morals, no values, nothing, no limitations. She's just trying to make a comeback with her prison reform program, trying to bail some of the biggest criminals in history out of jail. She's trying to save criminals, like people who have committed real serious crimes. She's trying to save them from the system, right? Those are the people who, well, if you really think about it, many of those people share similar qualities to Kim. They have done, the same thing, shady business deals. And let me tell you, they tell you that you lose your money exactly how you get it. May seem as though everything is going well for you, Kimmy, but we can see that a lot is going on, because the lawsuits, business is not booming as it used to, because Kanye is not there anymore for you. So what are you doing? You're making it seem as though you're siding with him, like, oh my God, you know what? I realized that Kanye was right all along about that Ice Spice TikTok video. But the reality is, Kim wants to be in that sauce that Ye's cooking. She knows it's going to be damn good. She knows that everyone is going to be a part of it, and she wants something out of it. So look forward to Kim copying everything that Ye is about to release. So she's trying to be good friends. Oh my God, Kanye is so smart. He's so intelligent. I knew he would have done this, and I knew he would have done that, and I knew and I knew and I knew. But while you were married to him, you didn't have that confidence in him. Very sad if you ask me. But guess what? We'll be here to see how much more desperate this woman is about to get, because we know that the damage is already done, honey, and the world is looking at you, and the world is slowly getting to discover who you are for truly you. All of that smoke screen, all of that facade, all of that pretending as though, you know what, Ye was the bad guy when both of you have done damage in your relationship. But he wanted to work on it. He wanted to fix it, but no, honey. You wanted to chase after Pete because of that big DE. And let me tell you, chasing after Pete did nothing for you, but I guess you know that by now. If anything, it hurt your career and your reputation, and that is why you are one of the most undesirable women at this point. No man with a reputation wants to date you because of your behavior that you have displayed. It's not because you're not beautiful, because I honestly believe that, irrespective of the fact with a plastic surgery, we've seen her with a few different faces, the fake butt and all of that. She looks good. I think she does look fairly good. She looks really old for her age, but she does looks good. And I think that when it comes to doing business, she's really smart, even though highly manipulative. But at the same time, I think that men are just afraid of being with her because of her reputation. And normally after, if the relationship doesn't work, that man is not able to move on to his normal life. Something very tragic ends up happening to him, whether it may be they lose money, fall from grace, get ill, lose business deal, the list goes on. Men are just staying away from Kimmy Cakes for many reasons, more than 100. But guys, I want to hear from you though, because let me know what your thoughts are about Kim saying that she realizes that Ye was right regarding Ice Spice. And that's a cat. I'll see you all next time. Bye guys.